Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Wisconsin High School Esports Association Varsity League of Legends League. It is week number 5 of 8, and today we have Follette taking on Waukesha South. Apologies for any potential confusion based on the title of the stream earlier and the Be Right Back slide. We did have a pivot due to a forfeit, unfortunately, so we were not able to get the previously scheduled game on air. That game is not taking place, but we have swapped over to Follette and Waukesha South. Follette here on the blue side and Waukesha on the red. I am Carl Krieger, bringing you the action today all alone. Zombro is away this week, so hopefully he'll be back next week, but we've been missing each other, 2 ships in the night, as they say, these last couple of weeks, but it will just be me. So hanging out with the chat, hanging out with some League of Legends, also my new puppy in the background, somewhat loudly chewing on a bone, it must be said. So we're not going to ignore that too much, but hopefully the dog behaves enough that we get to play the game. These two teams on opposite sides of the table thus far. Follette 3-1, off to a great start. We've seen them on stream a couple of times due to basically the same reason. Shout out to the Follette coach for being so understanding and also being the first person I find on Discord every time around. They are tied for second place with a 3-1 record. Waukesha, on the other hand, is down in 9th place at a 1-3 record, but still half the season to go, so I don't think we should jump to any conclusions too quickly here. These teams all could still make a comeback. Taking a look at the draft so far, we do see Samira picked up for Follette. This has been a mainstay of their team. In both games we've seen Cajun Statty is popping off on this champ. Both times we've seen Follette very, very strong on that pick. Looks like a great Samira player. Excited to see more of him in this game, along with the Thresh. That is going to be a very aggressive lane, and I'm excited to see what they can bring to the table with this pick. Second round of bans, some more AD carry bans coming out from Follette. I think that is relatively wise of them. They have picked a strong side bot lane. They are not looking to do anything too crazy. They just want to ban away other AD carries and say, we're going to beat you in the bot lane, and we're going to go from there. I think that's a smart move. You have a strong pick in Samira. You might as well ban away a lot of the enemy's pool, make them play a little bit more on the defensive for the first little while, and I think that is a great way to go. You've already picked your bot lane. You might as well ban away the bot lane of the others. I will also try to monitor chat during the game, so if you are wanting to say something in chat, feel free. I will do my best to answer whatever it is that you might be saying. So I will try my best there. We'll see if we can get enough screens up to watch. Fiddlesticks picked up for Waukesha. I think this is a pretty strong pick, but matched immediately by the Jarvan, generally considered to be one of the best, if not the best, jungler right now in the meta. That is a very scary pick to face. This is a very scary team composition to face if you are Waukesha. There's a lot of engage, there's a lot of damage, but it is all physical damage, so no magic damage coming out from the Follette side, and that is something that I'm noticing immediately. Got it. There goes the dog. The dog decided this was a fantastic time to start barking like mad. No one's too sure why. Everybody's okay. But sometimes that's how it goes. Anyway, we've got about 3.5 minutes. Come here, puppy. Yeah. You're okay. Everyone's just fine. Anyway, like we were saying, it looks like it might actually be a Fiddlesticks in the support position for Waukesha. I'm not entirely sure what these lane assignments will be. It's Misfortune Fiddlesticks, potentially the bot lane, Mordekaiser / Trundle in the jungle, the other one top, and Ari in the mid lane. That, of course, may not be correct, but we'll have to wait and see. I think it's a little bit untraditional. We've seen Fiddlesticks in the support position a long time ago. Back before the Fiddlesticks changes, when he could just bounce the E back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Those days are behind us. So I have not seen Fiddlesticks in the support position recently, but that does not necessarily mean that it is not a good pick, right? It could, be a good pick and people just aren't playing it. So we'll have to find out how that goes. I think the composition for Follette is very aggressive, very snowbally, and very in line with what we've seen La Follette do thus far this season. We've seen them play very aggressive, very snowball, try to win the game very quickly. Why am I saying this? They have a lot of champions that want to get ahead very quickly. Samira and Thresh is looking to be aggressive in this bot lane. Any hook should be a kill pretty much immediately. Down here against Fiddlesticks Misfortune, they don't have a lot of CC. They are pretty squishy. Pantheon likely going to be in a solo lane, and Pantheon likes to try to win his lanes. He can roam at level 6, he can flash stun at level 2, and try to find a kill. So there's a lot you can achieve with Pantheon very early on. So those are both areas that I am expecting La Follette to try to snowball, is the bot and whatever lane Pantheon's in. I'm guessing it will be mid lane, and they'll put the work in the top lane with the Jarvan in the jungle. The only thing we have to worry about for La Follette, I think, team composition-wise, is if they get behind their composition, it may run into trouble. They are a single damage source team. They do almost no magic damage. Single percents, certainly, for this team, and that is nothing to write home about, right? So if you get to that six, you don't have 7 items. If you get to that 4, 5, 6 item part of the game at 35 minutes plus, the armor can start to come through for Waukesha, and that may be very scary very quickly. For your team. So you want to be a little bit careful about how you go about this. However, there, is a lot of ways that you can lose the snowball too, right? If you get behind, it doesn't matter what kind of damage you're doing. If you're not doing enough damage, literally nobody cares. So you want to not get behind. Just making some modifications to the stream here. Bear with me. But overall, I think both teams have chances in this game. Fiddlestick support, while it is a little bit non-traditional, that does not mean that it's bad by any stretch of the imagination, right? Don't take that away from what I'm saying. It is not necessarily a bad pick, just an untraditional one. So I'm excited to see how the Fiddlesticks can work with this team. They have a much better balance composition, much better balance of damage types on Waukesha's side, where La Follette needs to push ahead early and try to snowball. Based on the history, I would probably favor La Follette, but of course it all comes down to the Rift. We're going to step aside briefly as we get set up for this game. We will be back once we are on the Rift. Don't go away. Welcome back, everybody. We are on to the Rift for game number 1, the only game in this series, because of course they are best of ones. Let me get the champions here a little bit more in order, and we can get going. Waukesha is on the invade here for the level 1. That's La Follette, I should say, not Waukesha. It says it on the screen, Carl, and you're still missing it somehow. Dropping a few wards, they might pick up this buff. The bot lane going to recall. Cajun Statty did forget to buy items, so hopefully he's able to pick those up now that he goes back to the shop. He's still got the 500 gold. And it is the Doran's Blade. This could end up being a clean buff steal for a Heckin' Duck if it is not spotted out by Waukesha South. They may find themselves in a sticky situation very, very quickly. The immediate smite goes down, so maybe looking for an invade of their own, but there is a ward on the red buff for Follette. This is very smart. If you are invading, you want to make sure your own buff is safe. They're maybe just going to think that a Heckin' Duck started on his blue side and that Warwick gave a leash up in the top lane. Obviously, Warwick's late to lane, so they will get information from that, but they may not know exactly why, and if they don't think it was an invade, Jub the Hub could end up just down a clean set of camps in his jungle here early on. Is Star Wrath finding not a bad trade as Spartan Taco hits level 2 first in the mid lane, but I don't think there's a whole lot going to come of that. A Heckin' Duck is here for the level 2 gank. Is Star Wrath hits level 2 though. Meat is not that level yet. Is Star Wrath has the flash to outplay. There's a flag and drag. Mordekaiser's very low. Auto attack on the minion, but it is not going to matter. First blood goes over to Meat in the bot lane. Big and chilling. He levels up to level 2, trying to keep himself alive. Cajun Steady going forward. One more auto should do it. Silverfang able to find that kill. The AD carry not able to secure that, but it does not matter. Kill picked up for Follette in the bot lane. 2-0 so far, and there is that snowballing that we were hoping to see that I talked about in the Champion Select. That is exactly what this team composition wants to do. Finding kills early, the invade working out, but we might have a gank coming down. In the bot lane, Jub the Hub is going to be repelled from that as Meat may look to go for a bit more. Is Star Wrath going to get feared up here? The Q through, and Meat is able to find the kill. Is Star Wrath is going to be taken down very quickly as 2-0 in favor of the Warwick up at the top lane. 3-0 overall, and already a 2,000 gold lead has emerged for Follette, who look very, very strong. Ego could find himself in a sticky situation. In fact, is in a sticky situation, but maybe he's trying to turn it back down. He's got that. He has the ignite damage as well. Jump to the Hub is going to be taken down. The Triumph keep it Ego safe, as it is a disaster for Waukesha South. They are just being eviscerated from the map right now. Ego may be looking for a little bit more, but it looks like it will be Spartan Taco getting himself off to safety here, as Follette is just crushing in this game. A beautiful, beautiful performance for them so far, as Meat is going to go for yet another 1-versus-1. Here goes the dog against the man with the mace. Is Star Wrath throws himself the shield, gets the area of effect damage down, going to be able to knock Meat back, but it maybe is just not going to matter. This Warwick is so strong. Star Wrath, nothing really you can do at this point. Don't hate the player, hate the champion. Warwick kind of looking OP up here at the top lane so far, and that is the power of a level 2 gank, right? There's nothing Is Star Wrath can do in this sort of situation. Just going to get taken down again, all because of that kill early. If we move ourselves down to the bot lane, Silverfang, positioning himself for a hook, ends up not throwing it out. But anyway, Meat, up in the top lane, gets that first kill from the gank at level 2, and pretty much because of that is able to just steamroll through the rest of this lane so far. Meanwhile, Silverfang taking quite low, Fluffles the Deer trying to go for some big damage, but Cajun Statty is looking for a little bit more. He's going to get taken down onto the tower. Bing, chilling, finds that one. Cajun Statty, I know the feeling, just a little bit out of range of finding a kill. You just keep walking forward, you take that extra tower shot, and you get taken down. It is not at all what you want to see. Ego back in lane now, keeping himself at full health, looking for a little bit of aggression. Pings are here onto Spartan Taco, but not a lot coming of it immediately, but there is the flash. The moment I say it, I've spoken too soon. Spartan Taco in all sorts of trouble. Silverfang takes the tower. Ego takes the kill. Spartan Taco taken down. 0-1 here in the mid lane. Jub the Hub as well needs to be a little bit careful. His speed boost is running out. Where do you go? Where do you go? You're running into Meat. There is the flag and drag over the wall. Jump to the Hub in all sorts of trouble. He is feared. He is afraid. Meat is 4-0. He's picking up the steaks, the chicken, the lamb, all of them at once. They ping immediately towards the top lane. This is the exact snowball that I was calling for in the pregame. This is how they win this game, is they get ahead in these lanes. They push forward, they grab the dragon, they grab the tower, they grab the kills, and they pick up the win. That is exactly how you win a game with this team comp. It's very aggressive, but you found the early kills, and that probably is going to be enough to propel them to a game victory. Is Star Wrath going to be ultimately duressed? Is Star Wrath fallen down? Meat unstoppable 5-0 there in the top lane. Very well played by Follette. This team looks to be nigh unstoppable in the way that they play League of Legends here in the Wisconsin High School Esports Association. These are very strong players, and they play really well together as a team as well. This is just a very strong performance, I think, from them. And a lot of it predicated on a few early kills. And that's what happens sometimes in League of Legends. Silverfang able to get the fear onto Fluffles the Deer, but he is taken quite low. Cajun Statty, you got to go into this fight. He's playing a little bit far back now. Now takes the Lantern in, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. Throws a W and finds the kill on Fluffles the Deer. Bing Chilling trying to kite back. Silverfang running for his life. He flashes out of the situation. Cajun Statty, the last auto attack, as barely able to find the kill. The bot lane for Follette, able to find that. Now we go to the mid lane. Ego is doing a lot of damage to Spartan Taco. Slams down with the spear. Taking out Cajun Statty. Can they get out of this one? Takes the dark passage to safety. Well played. The bot lane of Follette is just cooking with gas right now, as Follette is looking very unstoppable in this game, playing incredibly well. Every mechanical play they are making, and they are making it well. Thus far, as there is my water bottle cap, they look incredibly good at this point in the game. Dragon being started up here. Jub the Hub looking to get a little bit back for his team. Getting them some extra health regeneration certainly would not hurt. The fear down onto the Samira. But the Pantheon ult is coming through. He has the Inferno trigger, able to find one kill. The steal comes through of the Dragon. That is picked up by Silverfang. Dragon going in his favor. He's now running for his life, as an incredible play there in the bot lane by the Pantheon and the Samira. Silverfang able to find the hook over the wall. Here comes Ego. He is able to stab down onto Jub the Hub. Taken out of this one is Star Wrath. Also taken down. Cajun Statty executes the tower. Not too sure how that happened, but Ego is on the chase of Spartan Taco. Spartan Taco has forgotten to upgrade his ultimate. What a tragedy for him, because he doesn't have the dash to get away. Ego able to find that, as I think he just did not put a point in his ultimate. Something we have all done. It does not feel good, and sometimes it comes back to bite you in the bud. Taken down is the Ahri. Waukesha South not on the correct side of this game right now. Getting blown out of the water, unfortunately. 10,000 gold lead almost in about 10 minutes. Star Wrath is back to contest once more. And they didn't even pick up the Dragon, too, which I think is one of the sadder parts. Here goes Cajun Statty into the fight, blocking so much damage. Inferno trigger is out. Bing Chilling flashing away. Fluffles the Deer will be the sacrifice, as this misfortune is going to get forced back. Jub the Hub flashing himself away. Meat will let him go. Some more barking in the background. You like to see that. Mocha, we don't need any barking, but we do need a fight in the top lane. Meat is doing a lot of damage, and a Heckin' Duck is on the way. Meat, no ultimate available, but he does have both summoners. Going in onto is Star Wrath. Pops himself the shield to keep himself alive, but Jub the Hub is going to go down first. Is Star Wrath will follow. 2 kills for nothing. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Bing Chilling did lose his life. 3-for-0 across the map for Follette. Trying to make it 4-for-0 in the mid lane. Spartan Taco under a lot of pressure. Ignite is up for Ego, but he decides against going forward with that one. Silverfang, the death sentence goes a little bit wide. Not able to find that. Follette is dominating. Do not have enough good things to say about them in this one, as the outer towers are starting to find themselves under threat. We may see a death sentence goes down. Cajun Statty looking to find that one. Ignite is there. Silverfang barely going to survive. Cajun Statty, where do you go? You can walk through the turret, but you've got to walk through it quickly. Instead, finds Jub the Hub. Does he have enough damage to win this fight? He has the heal available, but the pillar in the air, I think, is going to spell the end for the AD carry of Follette. Cajun Statty takes the 3rd death of the game for himself. Only the 2nd if you count enemy champions killing you, which I feel like executes don't count. So we'll make it 4-2 for him. I think 007 is a Heckin' Duck, licensed to kill. looking to get his hands on one of these kills as well. A little bit of peace breaks out on the Rift. Jub the Hub able to find himself some of his jungle camps that were stolen away earlier. Speaking of stealing away, a Heckin' Duck on the other side, taking away some more of those camps. I think the next big stage in this game we'll see is when these outer towers start to go down. Won't be happening probably for a few more minutes. Turret plating is still up. The Herald has been taken but not used yet. Cajun Statty takes quite a lot of damage as his support is not here. Is Star Wrath could be in some trouble, being dove potentially by a Heckin' Duck. The Herald is up, and the Herald will just be used, dropping it down to make sure that the tower is secured. They actually may be able to take the tower beforehand. I'm not too sure. Here comes the Pantheon. Can they do it before the charge goes through? No, they can't. But they do find the kill on Is Star Wrath, and this push in the top lane is going to be quite scary. Jub the Hub is here to try to contest. Cajun Statty is stuck on solo player duty in the bot lane, which never feels too good. But here comes the tower. Here comes the Herald, I should say. Jub the Hub going to be suppressed. Knocked up in the air. Stunned as well. Meet legendary. Cajun Statty gets the Inferno Trigger. Finds one. Can he find the second? Bing chilling. 3-5-0 is 2-5-0. Needs one more kill to make the name come true, but he is taken down. Teleport to the top lane is Star Wrath, but it's not where he wants to be. Taken down immediately. The push can continue from Follette as well. 10-0 is Meat pushing onto that inhibitor turret with the Nashor's Tooth. A very strong item for taking towers. He is likely going to get that down to about half HP before maybe just getting himself out of the situation, or maybe he wants to fight. Throws down the Fear. That's a delayed channel, but it will finally find the Fear. Meat looking to maybe go for a bit more. Jub the Hub on the retreat. Lethal Tempo is proc. Jub the Hub so low. One more auto would have been enough. Cajun Statty now by himself. Still in the bot lane. Many opponents still on the way into the Death Realm. Goes Meat, but Is Star Wrath, I think he just does not have the damage, folks. Meat is so strong. 11-0. Looking really, really, really good on this Warwick. The entire Follette team looking great. Waukesha, at this point, there's no point to fault them or anything, right? Why are they fighting? Why are they walking up? What would you have them do in this sort of situation when you've got somebody like Cajun Statty in the bot lane who is this strong? You just press R and you win the game. There's not a lot that can be done at this point, right? This goes back to those first couple of minutes only of this game, and after that point, there's just not a lot really to do. Ego likely going to find this kill here onto Spartan Taco. They're so far ahead that the game becomes a little bit hard to contest if you are Waukesha. This is not, you know, a team of challenger players probably would not win this from the red side, and so it's important to kind of remember why the game is the way it is, right? A couple of early kills onto Meat means Meat is basically unstoppable up in the top lane. There's no real way that you can stop this Warwick as the Mordekaiser once you're down a couple of kills. There's no real way that you can stop this bot lane once they're just one-shotting you with the Inferno Trigger, and it's important to remember that as we go through the remainder of this game. Heckin' Duck getting jumped on by Jub the Hub. Smite is in for the Jarvan, and he finds his first kill of the game. Congratulations, Heckin' Duck. 1-0-10. Getting himself on the scoreboard as Meat is just doing his own thing up in the top lane. That tower is likely going to go down. He decides against taking it immediately. The dive coming through in the bot lane. The bot lane is not long for this world. Taken down very quickly. Silverfang. Cajun Statty, though, tanking a little bit too much of the tower. Didn't quite drop the aggro. Looked like he might have, but he did not quite. And he will be falling. The tower goes down. The push continues to come through from Follette High School, who look incredibly good. Again, well played to them. Meat goes for a little bit of a dance in the face of Is Star Wrath. Silverfang flaying away his opponent, saying, "Team, help! Heckin' Duck, please help!" But Jarvan just recalls in his face. Silverfang might be finding himself taken out here relatively shortly, and he will. That's the 600 gold shutdown picked up in favor of Waukesha South, but Meat continues to push in the top lane. That will be the end of the inhibitor tower, and the inhibitor itself likely to fall somewhat soon after that. Spartan Taco flashing away, but it might not be enough. When does the Q come through? I think that's enough to find the kill. No, it is not. Spartan Taco survives. Well played to them, keeping themselves safe. Dodging out the spear as well. Well done, Spartan Taco. Get yourself out of that situation. keep yourself alive. Fiddlestick's ultimate unfortunately goes just a little bit short. Meat able to dodge out of that one. Meat now looking for a little bit more Bing Chilling, trying to throw in some damage, but I'm not sure it will be enough. How much healing is here? The barrier is in. Can he keep himself safe? Meat going very low, but can he win the 1 versus 4? He's found 2. Can he find a 3rd? He's now fleeing the slam down, and he cannot. Shut down. Meat taken down. 1,000 gold in favor of Is-Star Wrath, picking up some money for himself. Cajun Static on the other side, though, is continuing this push. Samira about to be the focus target, goes into the middle of all 5, but is going to get CC'd. Can she get the Inferno trigger off? Yes, she can, but it's just not quite enough. Cajun Static take it down. The Herald will be picked up, and I would not be surprised if they try to use this Herald to end the game pretty much straight away. That has been picked up. A Heckin' Duck has that. I think he may just run himself to the mid lane, to the top lane, and find something there. Death Sentence comes across, not quite able to find the kill, but Judge of the Hub running forward bravely. Here we do see quite a large fight breaking out. Many members are going to be feared, but it looks like it is Follette was wielding the power of the wallet. Able to find the first kill, looking to find a little bit more. Judge of the Hub stays alive for a long time, but here comes the Ego joining the fight as well. The Death Realm not going to be enough. 3 for 0. Follette, again, just flexing the wallet on this one. They're up so much gold, they can afford to do this. Just take any fight they want. I think this might be your game-ending push. They can look to drop the Herald and win the game in style. Bing Chilling, nothing to do. Cataclysm is there. The flash forward Ego, not even the flash. I don't know what I'm watching, but it's not correct. Inner tower goes down. The Herald will be spawned, and this Herald may not be stoppable. Many members are still dead. Death Sentence goes down. Heat Seeking coming out of Silver Fang, as Fluffles the Deer is gone. Silver Fang keeps himself alive. The Herald comes through. Inhibitor Tower is taken down. Inhibitor is going to be next. The Herald might not even get the charge off. Indeed, it will not take any damage. In goes the Jarvan. Heckin' Duck starting this fight out. Judge of the Hub going to be taken down just after his teammate Spartan Taco. Another heat-seeking hook is there from Meat, finding the kill. The Nexus Tower goes down. They're onto the Nexus itself, and we might see a Dance and Shelly here in a little bit. Meat is going for a little bit more, and he finds the ace and finds the end of the game. Well played to Follette High School. They take a commanding victory in week number 5, I should say, game number 1 of week number 5, as that was dominating in that one. Well played to Follette. They improved to 4-1. Waukesha South falls to 1-4. Not the result that they were certainly hoping for, but it is the result that it is. I think for Waukesha, don't be too disheartened by this game if that's possible, right? This was a tough loss, but realize sort of how it started with the snowball early on, giving away that couple of kills. Maybe you try to ward your own red buff as well so the invade can't come through. The invade, I think, was very surprising for them. They were not expecting the Jarvan to be in the top lane, finding those couple of kills, and Meat really taking it over. On the other side, Follette continuing to play a snowball game. This is a team to watch out for as we look towards the playoffs, towards the finals in Carthage College later on this year. But always a pleasure to be on the cast. I think that's all for now. My name is Carl Krieger. We have been on Wisconsin High School Esports Association Spring 2023 League of Legends season, Varsity week number 5. This was Follette versus Waukesha South. And now we are saying so long, farewell, and we will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.